As you take a look at the series note, 3 of the last 4 games decided by less than a score. So Michigan won the toss, elected to receive. Aubrey Thomas, the deep man for the Wolverines. And he'll start from his own goal line. And Thomas gets up to the 16-yard line before being dropped. Time now to go to the 3rd member of our team on the sideline, the All-American girl, Jenny Tabb.
Well, Gus, you guys briefly mentioned Northwestern without Jeremy Larkin. I talked to him during warm-ups, and he said the nerves today are different. They're different because this is a new role as a student coach. He told me earlier this week when he told his teammates he would be forced to retire, he said, "Don't feel sorry for me, be thankful." He told his running backs, "You are going to need to step up in my absence. The nerves are good. Let them fuel you." And guys, I asked him if he wanted to do an interview on camera before the game. He respectfully declined, saying, "This isn't about me anymore. I'm not so sure I'm ready for that sideline reporter interview, but I'll get there."
All right. Thank you very much, Jenny. 1st and 10 of the 17 for Shea Patterson. The Ole Miss transfer. Karan Higdon, coming off a 100-yard game against Nebraska last week, stands right next to him. Patterson to throw on 1st down, delivers sideline, and it's caught. Donovan Peoples-Jones, the sophomore who's off to a great start this season.
Shea Patterson, this is the game changer for Michigan. At least they're hoping it's the game changer, and he's starting to play really well. 70% completion percentage, over 700 yards on the season. But I think it's been his ability to check plays and handle the entirety of the offense as this season has moved along that makes them so dangerous and so explosive.
Patterson, 5-star recruit, 2nd down and 5 of the 22. Higdon, the single setback. And they give it on the end around. This is Ronnie Bell, and Bell is dropped for a loss. That's a loss of 2. Terrific job by the Northwestern defense. J.R. Pace with the tackle. And we'd like to welcome those of you that watched the Yankees and the Red Sox with the Bombers prevailing today. 3rd down and 7 at the 20, opening series for Michigan. Pat Fitzgerald, who coaches his alma mater, trying to get his boys pumped up on the Northwestern sideline. Here's Patterson to throw out of the shotgun with time. Tucks it. And Patterson tackled for a loss. That should be a sack. Joe Gaziano, the Boston native, with his 3rd sack of the season.
He's the pass rushing specialist, but it was the coverage in the back end. Check out all the defensive backs locked on. They've got double coverage on the outside to the left for Shea Patterson. Nowhere to go with the ball. Excellent job by this secondary, and Gaziano is able to get home.
So Michigan 3 and out to start this game. Good confidence builder for Northwestern. Will Hart will punt it away from the 1-yard line. Riley Lees is the deep man for the Wildcats. Lees backpedals, will get a shot. Starts at the 30. Gets up the field, hits the sideline, and finally knocked out of bounds shy of the 45. A 54-yard punt and a 14-yard return. Clayton Thorson, the senior quarterback from Wheaton, Illinois, and they're really happy because he'll get to stay in the whole game.
Yeah, so he's had a weird situation where he tore his ACL in the bowl game last season. He came back awfully quick, but the crux of it was he couldn't play the whole game. He was on a bit of a play count, and so they had to go back and forth between he and his backup TJ Green, and I think it was that shuffling of the quarterback that led to the fact that they did not have much rhythm on offense. That won't happen today. Wildcats
beat Kentucky in the Music City Bowl last year. On 1st down, he delivers underneath, and the ball is caught. Jockio Bowman with the reception.
And they're going to use a little bit of tempo here. And again, without their star running back, the guy that they have really leaned on, they're going to have to play on the outside almost all day.
John Moten won't get an opportunity here. Thorson decides to run it, turns it upfield, gets about a yard and a half. Rashawn Gary coming up with the tackle for Michigan.
And Rashawn Gary is one of the best defensive linemen in the game. And this is his specialty right here. 3rd down and a Michigan specialty. They can get after the quarterback. Don Brown, their defensive coordinator, loves to dial up the blitz and the pressure and play tight man coverage behind it. That's what you're going to see here.
3rd down and 4 at midfield for Northwestern. Moten in the backfield with Thorson. Here's Thorson to throw it. Finds Moten, and the Wildcats pick up a first down.
We got two things going on here. First, you do get the pressure. So you're going to get the pressure from the middle of the defense right here, and then watch as Thornton's able to get the ball outside on time to his back out of the backfield. There's 20, and Moten's able to pick up the first down.
So Northwestern keeps the chains moving on their opening series. Here's a handoff, Moten, and he'll get through the hole. Picks up 4, maybe 5 yards on the play. They call it 4. Glasgow with the tackle for the Wolverines.
I like what they're doing here with the tempo, is trying to get set up as quickly as they possibly can and take that substitution away from Michigan.
2nd and 6 at the 37. Thorson to throw it, drops it off underneath, looks like a bubble screen, caught. J.J. Jefferson with the afterburners. J.J. Jefferson down at the Michigan 1. That's a gain of 36. David Long with the saving tackle. And Northwestern quickly to the line of scrimmage.
And that offensive line did a heck of a job getting out and in front of that screen pass, including the center, Jared Thomas, number 65. They want to snap this one quick as they substitute, bring a couple extra tight ends in the ball game.
First down and goal to the Michigan 1. Quarterback sneak. No signal yet. Touchdown, Northwestern. The Wildcats drive it right down the field and score on their opening series to take a 6-0 lead.
Can't script it any better if you're Northwestern. A 3-and-out defensively, and then the offense takes some good field position. They go right down the field, and the big senior quarterback, 6'4", 226 pounds, is able to sneak it in for a touchdown. And this is what Pat Fitzgerald was talking about with us yesterday. Gus, he said, I got a great feeling that our guys are going to play their best game of the season, and thus far, they're pumped up.
The last 2 times these teams played here in Evanston, the Wolverines prevailed 27-19 in 3 overtimes in 2013.
And been playing well, but the hallmark of this team is running the football and being physical up front. Karan Higdon, their starting running back, has been averaging over 8 yards per carry on first down. I'm pretty sure they're going to try to get him involved right now.
Higdon lines up in the backfield with Patterson. Higdon running it this time, and he's stuffed in the backfield and is lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage as Miller comes up and makes the tackle.
Yeah, Miller does a great job. Watch how he's going to just come up from this linebacker spot, and he does a great job of reading the guard, watch, and then he meets the guard who's pulling around in the backfield, and that just stones that play before it ever gets started. That's a slow developing play, and the linebacker's aggressiveness did a great job taking that away.
Sam Duke Miller, sophomore from Houston, Texas, a 1-yard pickup. 2nd down and 9 at the 15. Ben Mason now in the backfield for the Wolverines. Play fake. Patterson rolls out of the pocket, delivers, incomplete. Great coverage as Donovan Peoples-Jones was the intended receiver.
You know, Michigan is one of these teams that when they get outside of the pocket like that, they like to read those short to deep. And Northwestern did a great job of covering up the short routes first and forcing Patterson into number 3 in the progression. And he just didn't have enough on that ball. And now again, Northwestern with a great chance to get off the field in their 2nd defensive series of the game.
3rd down and 9 at the 15. Patterson empty backfield. He'll throw it. Patterson scrambling now, under pressure, looking, delivers down the field, incomplete. Once again, Peoples-Jones, the intended receiver, so 2 3-and-outs for Michigan to start this game, and Northwestern's flying right now.
And guess who the pressure was in the backfield? Joe Gaziano. This guy is an animal on passing situations. He's one of the best sack artist in the entire Big Ten. You just never hear about him because his last name ain't Bosa or Gary. But this guy can get it absolutely done, and he has so on the first 2 third downs of the game.
Will Hart punting for the second time deep in his own territory from his own goal line. Hart averaging 52 yards a punt on the season. 9 of his 11 punts have been 50 yards or more with a long of 64. Lees starts at the 29 and is wrapped up at the 35. 9:04 to play in the first quarter. Flag on the play. And we'll stay right here to find out the call.
This is Michigan's official sideline warning. Sideline warning, Michigan. Timeout.
He just blows you away. So beautiful and technically advanced. 1st and 10 at the 36. Wildcats run the football. Here's Solomon Vaught. Very interesting story. A senior from Gaithersburg, Maryland. Glasgow with the stop, and they're happy to have him back.
Well, Solomon Vaught was lost all year last year due to a hip injury. He was a running back, then moved to wide receiver. Now he's gone back to running back because of the retirement of Jeremy Larkin, and he's going to get a little shot. In fact, 5 kickoff returns for touchdown in his career.
Thorson to the sideline, throws it high and caught. Well thrown. Kyrick McGowan with the catch. That's a 15-yard game. And all of a sudden, Clayton Thorson is coming out, and he's pretty hot to start this game.
His rhythm is really good right now, and they're attacking the edges of the defense.
He's 4 for 4 for 68 yards. Thorson again to pass. Steps up. Flag on the play. Looks like a hold against the Wildcats. And they'll get close to the first down. Caught by Nagel, but we'll see.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense number 3. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That's Rashawn Gary.
And if you watch Rashawn Gary, he's coming from the offense is right. Here's Rashawn Gary over here, and as he's working against the right tackle, Rashawn Slater, watch his right hand right there. You see how he moves the head back, and now he's going and he presses that head, the face just right back into the quarterback. That's the call. And this game could not be starting any better for Northwestern right now, and it's a nightmare start for Jim Harbaugh and the Wolverines.
So the penalty gives Northwestern the football at the Michigan 23, first down. They'll hand it off. This time it's Isaiah Bowser, and he'll pick up a yard and a half, maybe 2 on the play.
This is the first time Michigan has been behind since that game against Notre Dame to start things off. So it'll be very interesting to see how this team bounces back here after Northwestern has come out and played so effective. And you see Northwestern, they're attacking the edges, almost snap in and snap out, throwing it or getting on the outside of this defense.
2nd down and 9 to the 22. Underneath, and another strike thrown by Thorson, close to a first down. Skoranek with the reception. And Bennett gains 8 yards on the play.
How about the accuracy? I mean, this ball is perfectly thrown. If you're going to bring a wide receiver across the short middle of the field, you've got to put that ball on their frame. You don't have them reach out. Jeremy Larkin loves it, watching his teammates go up and down the field right now.
Clayton Thorson, 6 for 6, 83 yards to start. 3rd and 1. Quarterback sneak. He uses that big body. 6'4", 226. He's already scored a touchdown on a quarterback sneak, and now he picks up another first down.
And this is not out of the ordinary for Northwestern. Thorson has started every game, and in the opening few series of every game that they've played, they've had rhythm and they've played very well. In fact, 10 series so far this season, they've started the game before he's had to come out. They've scored a touchdown on 5 of those. So this is nothing new for Northwestern, starting fast with Thorson on the field.
First down and 10 of the Michigan 11. Thorson hands it off, and it's going to be Moten again, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Brian Monet with the tackle for the Wolverines.
This is the part of the field that is just so hard to move the ball on the Michigan Wolverines because they've got those defenders packed in there so tight. There's not a lot of space in the defense in order to beat the man coverage on the outside. I would look for something on the outside or some type of screen type scenario, maybe an RPO here, to try to get the linebackers out of position and beat them with that kind of concept.
2nd and 10 at the 11. Some heavy breathing for the Michigan defense. They've been on the field. Thorson with time underneath, Flag on the play, caught by Cameron Green, the superback.
You know, I think Northwestern might get called for an illegal pick type of play here, because they had 2 wide receivers going across the middle and the wide receiver coming from the left.
Pass interference. Offense number 81. Blocking downfield. 15-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
That's exactly what I saw. If you watch this now, you're going to get the wide receiver from the left side, and he's going to be running a cross route. Green's coming from the right side. Watch right here. He's just going to continue in, and he's going to attack the defender. Watch this. Boom. And he just goes in with the forearms, intent to block, and that's what drew the flag.
So that'll make it second down and 25 at the 26. Moten remains in the game at running back. Green in motion. And Winovich shoots the gap and brings down Moten. That's a 4-yard loss. Chase Winovich had a sack last week against Nebraska.
Watch Winovich go inside, and then he gets upfield in order to make this. He's going to swim inside. Now he's upfield, and he's able to get Moten to the ground. This guy plays with an energy that is infectious. Winovich, every opposing coach talk about his motor, and these are the situations, obvious down situation where he generally shines getting to the quarterback.
Said D-line coach Greg Madison, Chase out-wills his opponent, out-toughs his opponent, and out-hustles his opponent. Now he's out-techniquing his opponent. Thorson underneath, and it's caught. This time, Jockio Bowman. And Jordan Glasgow brings him down immediately.
You know, Pat Fitzgerald goes for it on 4th down about as much as anybody in college football, but you can't do it here. This would just absolutely be crazy.
So that'll bring on the field goal unit as Kubander, 1 of 3 on the season, was 0 for 2 in the team's last game against the Zips of Akron. This one from 45 yards away. His career-long 40 yards. And good! Northwestern running back leading the team onto the field. Remember, he had to retire because of cervical stenosis, a narrowing of the spinal canal in the neck area that has been causing him some numbness and tingling in his arms. Now he's an assistant coach, student assistant coach. Very positive young man. Don't feel sorry for me, he said. I'm good. This one kicked short, fielded by Brad Hawkins at the 20-yard line, and Hawkins gets up to the 32. Again, 6 plays, minus 2 yards. 1st and 10 at their own 31. Patterson dancing in the pocket. Patterson trying to create, and he'll get out of bounds after gaining a couple. Blake Gallagher there to chase him out of bounds.
Well, we've seen this a couple of times now, just great coverage in the back end. And they're allowing their front 4 to try to get after Patterson. That's why he's got so much time, and he's got nowhere to go with the ball, which is a huge reason why they've snapped the ball 6 times in their first 2 possessions and didn't gain a yard. And it's been all Northwestern up to this point. It's been a really good defensive game plan. Just double covering a lot of these very special skill position players from Michigan, including those outside receivers, Donovan Peoples-Jones and Nico Collins.
Patterson 1 for 3, 5 yards, 2nd and 7 at the 34. Looking to the sideline, and he has a receiver on that sideline. It's Higdon, and Higdon picks up a first. So there you see, Joel, an adjustment.
They flooded that zone. Okay, so they've got 2 wide receivers, a tight end and a wide receiver that ran vertical routes up that left side, and they carried that double team, that man coverage out of the zone. And guess who was left? Just Higdon. You dump the ball off, he's one-on-one with a linebacker, he makes him miss, and it's a first down.
Higdon gained 9, first down at the 43 for the Wolverines. Higdon gets outside, gets upfield, and he'll gain about 8. Jared McGee knocks him out of play. Let's go to Sam Farber for a game break in Los Angeles.
Oh, we heard. We have heard.
We definitely heard. Timeout called by the Wolverines. Their first of the half. 2:17 to go.
Every time I see Hollywood catch one of those short passes, it's like, there goes that man.
There goes that man. Early game headlines. How about Clemson?
I know. How about that? I mean, was that not Murphy's Law or what? Kelly Bryant is benched. They go with the young quarterback. What happens early in the game? Trevor Lawrence gets knocked out with a concussion, and Clemson was in a dogfight with Syracuse. They were able to come back. Very little in the passing game they had, but Etienne went crazy. Over 200 yards on the ground. Bama rolled, of course. They were up 56-0, and Tua only threw the ball 8 times. By the way, he was 8 for 8. That's ridiculous.
I like West Virginia.
West Virginia's got a defense, folks. I know they gave up 34 to Texas Tech, but Texas Tech can play some serious offense, and West Virginia's for real. And then Michigan State kind of held on. They had a larger lead against Central Michigan, and the Chippewas started chipping away at that lead and kind of cut into that. But a 31-20 win for Mark D'Antonio. I guess he'll take it with the way that early season has gone in East Lansing.
Michigan State losing at Arizona State this season. 2nd and 2 at the 49. Play fake, deep drop. Patterson steps up in the pocket, delivers to the sideline, and incomplete. That ball just dropped by McCune, and he'd love to have that one back.
Can't draw it up any better than that. A little double play action in the back end, and there was nobody around McCune, and he is a sure-handed guy, 6'5", 251 pounds, and a dangerous receiving threat down the field. This is right on his chest, and he just drops it. Got to help out your quarterback there. That's a catchable ball.
So instead of a first down, Michigan faced with a 3rd and 2 at the 49. Northwestern showing blitz. They check it to the near side, and I don't know. Nico Collins did not get there. On 3rd and 2, he got one. Nate Hall with a terrific tackle in the open field.
You know, I think they're going to go for this because you just get right across the 50 and it's this short. First of all, I'm shocked that on that short of a 3rd down opportunity, they throw the ball all the way outside as if they can't gain 2 yards with their run game. But as it is, they've got a 4th down opportunity now in these short yardage situations. Michigan loves the fullback. They'll give it to him on a just straight dive.
Ben Mason, number 42. He's a load, 6'3", 254. And they give it to Higdon. Higdon trying to get through. I don't think he did. It'll depend on the spot, but Northwestern feels that they've stopped him, and they have.
What a play from Patty Fisher. I don't think he got there. He needed to get the ball to the 42-yard line. That is certainly short. Watch Patty Fisher as he's going to come from his linebacker. He slips under the block and then gets that ankle first. And that move that Higdon had made to the left was right into the waiting defender's arms. Watch Patty Fisher. He goes under. Watch that. See how he has to go left? Who's there? Another defender. What a play from the middle linebacker, the sophomore from Katy, Texas. And this Northwestern team.
And they're short.
Well, that was closer than I thought it was going to be.
Yes. Pat Fitzgerald, appreciative of the effort by his defense, stonewalling the Wolverines. McCune could have made a big play, dropped the football, and with 1:21 to go in the first quarter, this Northwestern team, losers of 2 straight at home, lead the Wolverines, the 14th ranked team in the nation, 10-0.
Unforced errors. The drop from McCune leads directly to a 3rd down, 4th down situation. And Northwestern right now, they are making the plays that is set in front of them.
Clayton Thorson, their quarterback, red hot. He's 7 for 7, 86 yards. Throws it underneath and knocked away, incomplete. Nicely done. Lavert Hill, the junior from Detroit. J.J. Jefferson, the intended receiver.
Oh, this is a great illustration of why Lavert Hill was an all Big Ten selection last year. Just suffocating man coverage. You talk about being comfortable, being close to people. Not everyone are comfortable in that situation. Goes over, bats it away.
2nd down and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. John Moten. John Moten picking up 4. Quiddy Pay defensively for Michigan.
This is when they have leaned on their quarterback. he has come through early in this ball game on crucial downs, and they've done it by attacking the middle of the field. Those slot receivers working against the linebackers and safeties of Michigan.
Solomon Vault comes in at running back, 3rd and 6 at the 48.
Remember, Vault, a former receiver, now in the backfield.
Thorson is 7 of 8 in this game. He'll throw it over the middle. First down, Northwestern. Once again, Jockio Bowman finding a soft spot. On 3rd and 6, he gains 8.
In order to beat man coverage, you got to throw the ball so accurately, but your wide receiver has got to create a little bit of space, and Jockio Bowman was able to do that. A great route on the outside. Watch right here. He breaks off and just runs right across the face of the safety and is able to create some space, and another accurate throw from Thorson. Pat Fitzgerald has got to be loving it. His Northwestern team so far playing the best they've played all season long.
Second quarter. Wildcats with the 1st and 10 at the Michigan 40. Underneath, the ball is caught again. Flynn Nagel just gobbled it up. Nagel has caught a pass now in 22 straight games. The 2nd longest streak in the Big Ten behind Ohio State's K.J. Hill.
Again, look at the accuracy. Down and away from the defense, taking his wide receiver to the ground. Excellent throw.
2nd down and 1. Vault looking for the 1st down and has more. Gashing the Michigan defense for 9 yards. Noah Furbush with the stop.
Just a great cut from Vault. Watch as Vault's going to get that ball, and then he's going to find the hole on the backside. He's going to get that block, and then boom, he's out the backside of the play. And he gains huge positive yardage.
1st down to the 22. Vault again. And Vault tackled behind the line of scrimmage this time. Chase Winovich.
Something they've been able to do so far, and the reason that Thorson has had rhythm is that they're calling pass plays where he doesn't have to hold the ball in the pocket, because this pass rush is fierce from Michigan with Winovich and Gary on the outside, but they're getting the ball out of Thorson's hand. It's been a great game plan so far for Northwestern.
2nd down and 10 to the 22. Thorson looking, throws incomplete. Tell you what, when you look at Northwestern, we call a lot of Big 12 games. They look like a Big 12 team. They'll throw it 50 times with no problem.
Well, and especially now without Jeremy Larkin, you know, and they've been too pass heavy for them, admittedly so, in the last 2 ball games, but now they're going to have to stay there. I know Pat Fitzgerald is heated on the sideline right now because he thought that they deserved a pass interference call there on the last snap, but as it remains, Thorson's going to have to make a big play here.
Northwestern 3 of 4 on 3rd down conversions. 3rd and 10 at the 22. They need to go to the Michigan 12-yard line. Thorson in the corner. Incomplete, but a flag on the play. Skoranek, the intended receiver, David Long hanging all over him.
Pat Fitzgerald might get his pass interference call right here.
Pass interference. Defense number 22. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
And this is one of those instances where there's a lot of hand fighting going on between the 2 players, but because this ball is a little underthrown, see as Skoranek's trying to come back, and then all that contact against David Long, and Long is all over him. Look at that left hand, right. I mean, he is all over him. That is as easy a call as you can potentially make. Jeremy Larkin knows it.
Makes it 1st down and goal at the 7 for Northwestern, leading it 10-0. Early moments of the 2nd quarter. Green, the motion man. Thorson down inside the 5. Make that Riley Lees carrying the football.
Yeah, Lees came in. Remember now, Thorson's got this knee injury that he's been dealing with, so if they want to run some of that quarterback design run, they're going to do it out of a different Wildcat formation. Riley Lees, the sophomore from Illinois, he comes in. And this Michigan team, when they have a defensive penalty on a drive, it is night and day from when they don't. Check this out. When they have a penalty on the 14 drives so far, they've given up 47 points. The other 34 drives, only 10.
2nd down and goal at the 3. Moten looking, touchdown Northwestern. Wow. What a start for Pat Fitzgerald and the Wildcats.
Great push up front by that offensive line. Moving Michigan off the line of scrimmage. As easy a touchdown as you'll get inside the 5-yard line.
Cobander in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. With a 17-0 lead, Thomas and Hawkins are the deep men. Line drive kick. Aubrey Thomas. And Aubrey Thomas crosses the 20, gets to the 21.
Let's take a look at our turbocharged players, rarely seen in slow motion, sponsored by Volkswagen. And it's going to be the two leaders that we met with yesterday. Joe Gaziano already has a tackle and a half a sack on the first series of the game on the defensive side. And then Clayton Thorson, the senior quarterback, 9 of 11 for 103 yards, leading his offense down the field, has a rush touchdown, a little quarterback sneak. Could not have started better so far for the Wildcats.
Gaziano, very interesting young man. First down and 10 at the 21. Patterson. Higdon with room. And Higdon finally popping one through. Stopped by J.R. Pace, a gain of 18. We talked about Gaziano. His mom, Mary Ellen, is a middle school math teacher. His dad, Frank, is a Supreme Court justice in Massachusetts.
And not much he can do on that last play because it's right up the middle, right? But this guy, I mean, you talk about an interesting background, smart player, and he has played great for Northwestern. It was a pleasure getting to meet him and chat with him yesterday.
First down and 10 at the 39. Higdon running left this time. Michigan trying to get the running game going. Higdon back-to-back solid runs. This time he gains 4 after gaining 18. Patty Fisher, Blake Gallagher combining on the tackle.
Yeah, this so far for Michigan, the analogy is the cart has been before the horse here so far in this game. Trying to come out and throw it as much as they have. That's not the way that they're built. They're built to establish the run first, then allow the play action pass to attack the secondary. They're going to have to get back to the run game here, down 17, to establish some confidence and rhythm on their offense.
Second down and 6. Shea Patterson to the sideline. And ball caught. Nico Collins. And he's knocked backwards. Pep Hamilton is the offensive coordinator for Michigan. And he and Jim Harbaugh combine on calling the plays.
Yeah, listen, there's so many offensive coordinators. I mean, it's officially, yeah, Pep and Jim, but there's also Jim McElwain, who's the wide receiver coach, who's a former head coach at Colorado State and Florida, Ed Warner. I mean, all of these guys have a say, and they felt like they were getting some confidence and some rhythm, and hasn't shown yet in this ball game. They're going to need to find it quickly.
Third down and 1. Inside handoff. Ben Mason, first down.
There's that short yardage fullback dive I thought we were going to see on the 4th down on the last series. And they went back to it here. Mason scored a few touchdowns last week against Nebraska. And, you know, I wonder to myself if they're almost lulled to sleep by how poorly Nebraska played last week. Like, it was almost too easy because they demolished the Cornhuskers. And they have come out here today and just been as flat as you can possibly be.
Won that game last week 56-10. First down at midfield. Patterson, deep drop, looking. Patterson has a receiver, and it's caught. 29 for the Wolverines. Here's the reverse. Peoples-Jones with room. First down. Peoples-Jones finally knocked out of bounds at the 5 by Blake Gallagher. Donovan Peoples-Jones.
Well, you're going to get the defensive end. Watch Gaziano as he's going to get sucked inside. See how he gets sucked inside now? He doesn't have the leverage to get back out against an athlete like Peoples-Jones. Peoples-Jones last week took a punt 60 yards for a touchdown, and you see his ability with the ball in his hands as a runner, one of the best runners after the catch, and then there on a reverse that we've got in college football at the wide receiver position.
Donovan Peoples-Jones has scored a touchdown in 3 straight games. Gained 25 there. First and goal to the 4. Higdon Touchdown, Wolverines. Karan Higdon finds pay dirt. And Michigan on the board now.
Watch this block. You're going to get the block here and here, and that movement creates an unbelievable seam, and then you're going to get the fullback Mason. Watch here. Boom. That is a middle linebacker fullback collision. Michigan wins it, creates a bigger hole, and Higdon walks into the end zone.
So Quinn Nordine comes in to attempt the extra point. And it's good. Wolverine.
So he's there. Man, what a mess that is for Dabo Swinney.
First down and 10 at the 25. And the Wildcats running the football over the left side. 2nd and 7 at the 28. Thorson steps up in the pocket, wants to run it. He's testing that knee, and he is knocked out of bounds by Josh Ross.
Hey, that was a good run. And it was interesting when talking with him yesterday, I asked him, when did you realize you were fully healthy? When did it click? Because there has to be that moment for a player coming back from an injury as massive as an ACL. And he said in the first game, on the very first pass attempt against Purdue, he had to scramble, and it was a scramble kind of like that when he knew, okay, I'm fine, I can cut it loose.
Thorson recently married. He leaves the game now. We've got a Wildcat. Riley Lee's in at quarterback. He'll run it. Lee's first down. Northwestern. We've got all the answers so far in this first half.
That offensive line has just done a heck of a job. They go to that Wildcat. Now we've seen that twice with Riley Lee's in the backfield. They're not going to be able to use that all that much because, again, Michigan will start to realize every time Thorson goes in motion and they have Lee's in the backfield, they've run that ball over the left side. So you're only going to see that maybe one more time today.
First down, Northwestern. Thorson winding up, and Thorson gets it away. A lot of pressure. Lawrence Marshall in the backfield for the Wolverines.
Lawrence Marshall almost had him. Lawrence Marshall, he's starting all the way over here, and now he's going to loop around and finally get a free area, and there he goes to Thorson, gets him around the waist, and Thorson is lucky that he had wide receivers over on that left side because he just kind of chucked it still from in the pocket. But a veteran, he knew he had wide receivers over there, threw it out of bounds over their head.
Lawrence Marshall, redshirt freshman from Southfield, Michigan. He went to Southfield High. 2nd and 10 at the 38. Thorson has been brilliant in this first half of the Wildcats. Oh, and he gets crushed. Guess who? Chase Winovich.
Ooh, watch Chase Winovich. He's just going to sneak again on the inside, and then he meets him in the backfield, just bam. Right when Bolt gets that ball, Winovich is there. Oof. And now the situation Thorson does not want to be in. 3rd and long.
They need 13 yards at the 35. Thorson 9 of 12, 103 yards passing. Thorson up the field and incomplete. There's a flag on the play. Lavert Hill intended for Nagel, but Hill held him.
Nagel beat him right off the line of scrimmage. He's the inside player. Watch Hill as Nagel beats him right here. Well, he's just going to grab him and pull himself easy. Catchable ball if he's able to just run through that. So clearly impeding the ability for the wide receiver to get out there and catch that ball.
Prior
Clear
to the
call.
pass. Holding. Defense. Number 24. 10-yard penalty. The hold was against an eligible receiver. It carries an automatic first down.
You know, I've talked with a lot of secondary coaches, and they'll tell you that they coach their secondary players that if they're beat in man coverage and they're beat badly, just hold them, because the hold is much better than giving up a touchdown.
So first down for Northwestern at the 45. Underneath, ball popped up and incomplete. Thorson put some hot sauce on that ball. And they are lucky that it wasn't intercepted. Looks like Lavert Hill got a hand on it.
Yeah, and Lavert Hill is the one in the crosshairs. Northwestern told us that they liked their matchups against some of these defenders. Wouldn't say exactly who, but it's pretty clear that they're attacking number 24 today.
2nd and 10 of the 45. Vault. Straight ahead. Winovich with the tackle. But I like Northwestern and the rhythm that they have on offense right now, combining the run with the pass.
It's been very versatile and multiple in their attack. It hasn't just been trying to run it inside of the tackles or on the outside. It hasn't just been screen passes or short passes or long passes. It's been a little bit of everything. And you only can do that if you've got a veteran quarterback. And it helps you in these situations, a 3rd and obvious. And Thorson is the type of guy now that's going to have the playbook at his disposal to try to manage this 1st down conversion.
3rd and 7 of the 48. Thorson backpedaling. Thorson in trouble! And he'll go down. Quiddy Pay. That's a loss of 12.
Thorson bobbled the snap, and it took him to his left. And as he's going to his left, watch the snap. He bobbles it, and then he starts floating over to the left. And at that point, he's right there for Winovich, and Pay just comes from the interior all the way to the outside and brings him down. What a great play there for Michigan, and changed the field position there as they were near midfield.
First sack of the game for the Wolverines. Jake Collins will punt it away to Donovan Peoples-Jones, who stands at the 25. Line drive. Peoples-Jones with the catch. Sidestepping. Looking for room. Whoa, what a spin. Peoples-Jones. And he'll dive forward and get to the 40-yard line, but there is a flag at the Michigan 22.
I wonder if they're going to get Brad Hawkins, because he was awful close to throwing a block in the back right in front of Peoples-Jones.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 22. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down. Timeout.
Michigan trailing 17-7 with the football at their own 12. Patterson hands it off. Higdon. And a flag on the play. Higdon with all sorts of running room. But we'll see if this one will stand. Higdon finally wrestled down at the 42-yard line by Jared McGee. If it stands, it's a 30-yard run.
Holding. Defense number 99. The 10-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. 1st down.
Jordan Thompson called for the hold.
I mean, you never see this. This has got to be coming from the sideline of Michigan, that they are barking at the officials about the defensive linemen. Watch, here's 99. Okay, and I've got to assume that they're barking at that, hey, they're grabbing our guys so they can't get the double team. See how he's holding him with the right hand, and he can't get to the linebackers and get that block made? The coaches have been working on that, and they finally got the call.
1st down to the 48. Higdon, stutter step. And he'll power his way forward as Greg Newsome brings him to the turf after a 3-yard pickup.
And in the last series for Michigan, they were able to establish the rhythm in large part due to the early down success running the ball with Higdon. And what did that open up? The play action pass. I got to assume here, crossing the 50, 2nd down, this is a great chance for them to execute one of those play action passes, try to get one of their tight ends opened up in a deep seam.
2nd and 7 to the 45. Higdon the pistol. He'll give it to him. And he will be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Guess who? Joe Gaziano made the play. Fisher and Nate Hall clean it up.
What you're going to try to get here is they're going to try to pull a guard around to get Gaziano, but Gaziano's able to just get up the field, and he's able to beat that. He does a great job of beating the lineman to the spot, creating a negative play for the offense, and now they've got a great chance to get off the field here on a 3rd down.
Loss of 3, 3rd and 10 to the 48. Shea Patterson will have to air this one out. Trips at the top of your screen. Patterson over the middle, and it's caught. Collins, can he get the first down? No. What a nice tackle by J.R. Pace, the sophomore from College Park, Georgia.
This is a spot on the field that you see a lot of teams go for it on 4th down. And I think Michigan will. And you're right, partner. What an excellent open field tackle from J.R. Pace. But they're going to have to do it again here. Patterson still on the field. Michigan will go for it.
4th down and 3 at the 41. 2:47 and counting remaining in the first half. Patterson, the Ole Miss transfer from Shreveport, Louisiana. And a flag. Let's see.
Boy, this is going to be a discussion, because on the outside I thought that there was a false start.
False start. Offense number 83. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Zach Gentry, the tight end, he was flexed out into the slot. There he is up there, top of your screen, and watch him flinch. Now, I don't think that drew the offside, but you cannot move first if you're the offense, and Patterson wanted the ball anyways, wanted to snap it. That's why Gentry was starting to lean in the slot on that top side.
And Michigan is one of the most penalized teams in the country. 83 yards a game, 9th most in FBS. That's their 5th penalty of the first half.
Yeah, and they're facing a team that generally is not penalized. Northwestern only about, what, 3.5 penalties per game. That's tied for 5th best in college football, 2nd among Power 5 schools. So this is certainly, and we've seen it. You know, the defense, they take a penalty and then give up a score. And Northwestern, what did they say? We won't beat ourselves, and they haven't done that so far today.
But for what it's worth, 9 of the top 12 most penalized teams in the country have winning records. Jim Harbaugh not happy with that penalty. They were going to go for it on 4th down. Now they'll have to punt it away.
Well, we know, I mean, their punter, Will Hart, he was so good. In fact, the first thing that Coach Harbaugh said on our call with him this week, I said, hey, Coach, where have you improved the most? Well, our punter was really good. I was like, you start with your punter. But he's right. He was so good with the long punts last week. Now he's going to try to pin Northwestern inside of the 10. Let's see if he can do it.
56 and 54-yard punts, his first 2 of the game. Hart. End over end kick. Will it bounce back? And it will be downed at the Northwestern 5. Great hustle by the Wolverines. Let's go to Greg Wolf in Los Angeles for a game break.
After the punt, the 9-yard line, that's where Northwestern will start 1st and 10.
And we have had a chance to call a Texas game this season when they defeated USC in Austin. And I tell you what, that Texas team, they look like a Big 12 version of Ohio State nowadays.
Well, and if their offensive line starts playing really well, they're going to be really dangerous. Today they're playing without their offensive coordinator, Tim Beck, who had to be hospitalized with an infection.
On 1st down, John Moten. 2:10 to go. Your thoughts on this first half?
Northwestern has played so well. They've done everything that they've needed to, and Michigan has made a lot of mistakes. They've dropped a couple passes in crucial situations, went for it on 4th down. This is exactly the game that Pat Fitzgerald wanted to see out of his team. They've come out here motivated. They've come out here with a lot of passion, and they've executed. You know, motivation and passion are all well and good, but they're only as good as the execution you can put forth with those motivators. And Thorson's been terrific so far today, 9 of 13. The defense has been very good, gotten themselves off the field. And for Michigan's side, they've got to be thinking to themselves, hey, when are we going to wake up? Outside of one offensive series and a couple of 3rd downs where they're able to get to the quarterback, Michigan has not played very well. A lot of mistakes and some sloppy play. So certainly Jim Harbaugh cannot be happy with the way his team has played, but with the way they've played, to only be down 10 is a positive. And at 2:08, they still have a timeout left. There's a chance here they can create some field position for a late possession and a field goal. That's the strategy he's been thinking about right now.
3 straight winning seasons for Coach Fitzgerald, 2 of which ended in bowl game victories. 2nd and 6. Moten trying to get forward, and Winovich comes up with the tackle. 2:02 to go in the second quarter. Timeout called by the Wolverines.
Decision to make here. Are you going to take the 40 and live with a run, or are you going to try to let Thorson convert here so that you can run out the clock the rest of this first half? The veteran quarterback, I would not be surprised if they went back to one of those RPOs and tried to work with one of their slot receivers and put it in the hands of their quarterback. He's been brilliant as of this first half.
3rd down and 4 at the 11. And Moten trying to get outside, does, but will not pick up the first down. Devin Bush and Tyree Kennel combining on the tackle, denying him of that line to gain.
And Gus, this was the worst of both scenarios. Not only did they try to run it,
clock stops.
The clock stops because he goes out of bounds. And so now Michigan's going to have it. How about this contact? Devin Bush. Dude's one of the best linebackers in America. There's no doubt about it. Haven't had a chance to call his name much because Northwestern has been on the perimeter most of the day, but he's phenomenal.
Jake Collins will kick it away. This time Ronnie Bell, the return man for Michigan. He tracks over to the sideline and goes out of bounds around the 40. A 47-yard punt. Coming up at the half, Rob Stone, Dave Wannstedt, Matt Leinart, and Robert Smith are standing by with the State Farm halftime show. What a great weekend of college football. A lot going on. Oklahoma, Texas, West Virginia playing well. Clemson. They lose their quarterback after the big decision made by Dabo Swinney this week to a concussion. And Syracuse took them to the limit. They'll have it all for you at halftime. 1st down and 10 of the 39.
No timeouts. He's got to think about completing this pass past the 1st down marker.
Patterson, pump fake, looking, delivers down the field, and incomplete. Nico Collins, the intended receiver. J.R. Pace in the vicinity for Northwestern.
This is one of those times as an offense, you think in college 143 is a lot of time, and you're right, it is a lot of time with the clock stopping with a 1st down. However, with no timeouts, there needs to be a little bit of urgency here, and it's got to be managed by Patterson. Again, no completions under 10 yards in the middle of the field. Everything on the outside or past 10 yards.
Here's Shea Patterson, steps up, wants to run it. Patterson, flag on the play, picks up a 1st down and gets out of bounds, but let's see as the clock stops at 1:35.
I think they're going to get John Runyon, the left tackle, on a hold right when Patterson was escaping the pocket.
Holding. Offense number 75. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
John Runyon, the son of John Runyon, Michigan All-American and former Philadelphia Eagle.
Yeah, here's Ernest Brown, and as he's working up the field right here, look at Runyon, gets that left hand, and then he just kind of pulls him around and circles him there, and that's how Patterson was able to escape the pocket, and that's the type of frustrating first half it's been for Shea Patterson. Nothing has really gone right outside of that one series for a touchdown for the Michigan Wolverines. 6
penalties, 65 yards for Michigan. 2nd and 20 at the 29. Patterson, short pass this time. Collins gets upfield, lowers his shoulder and gets to the 45-yard line.
And a mistake from Collins. He's right next to the out-of-bounds marker, and he does not go out of bounds, so the clock is going to continue to run, and they're going to have to get right up at the line of scrimmage in order to try to get this conversion.
Where do they need to go to get in Quinn Nordine territory?
He's got quite a leg. I would say maybe just past the 40-yard line.
3rd and 3 at the 46. Patterson guns it. Nico Collins with the catch and a 1st down. Now they say it's incomplete. It is an incomplete pass. He didn't get in bounds.
I think he landed with his toe out of bounds. So he reached back. Great catch. Yep. Great call by the official. He's all over it. And now the Wolverines will have to punt. They have just not been sharp in this first half.
Official's timeout for an injured player.
And you had a chance to watch them on the field before the game. How'd they look?
Sluggish. It was not a good warm-up for Michigan. Ball hit the ground a lot in their little 7-on-7 period that they do with the quarterbacks and skill position players. Even during the team period, the ball hit the ground a few times. Patterson was not throwing the ball accurately in that warm-up. And listen, that's not the end-all be-all. I've seen poor warm-ups and guys come out and light it up. But what you don't want is that to bleed into the game where you're also not sharp. And that's certainly been the case so far today for the Michigan Wolverines.
A minute to play in the first half. 17-7 Northwestern. Remember, this Wildcat team comes in off the bye week. Prior to that, they lost back-to-back games. The most recent to Akron. The Zips with 2 pick sixes.
Timeout. Northwestern, this is their second of the half. This is a 30-second timeout.
The Zips with 2 pick sixes, a sack, fumble, touchdown. Both those games here at Ryan Field. And here's a quick word from Colin Cowherd.
I'm Colin Cowherd. Join me Monday on The Herd as we break down everything from a full weekend of college football and the NFL. Don't miss it. The Herd weekdays noon Eastern on FS1.
17-7 Northwestern.
How about Cowherd backpedaling on Baker?
What'd he say?
Oh, now he's like, I knew he was a star. Come on. Give him the business in there.
That's your boy.
He is.
Will Hart will send it away. Riley leaves the deep man.
Why is Northwestern wasting their timeouts?
Before the ball was snapped. Timeout, Northwestern. This is their third and final charge timeout of the half.
They just wasted 2 timeouts. 2 timeouts in a minute in college football is an eternity, especially with a veteran quarterback. And it didn't look like they were out of position in the form of giving up a fake to Michigan. That's some questionable management here at the end of the half. That's an opportunity to get points. You know, you can get 3. You can make this a 20-7 ball game. And maybe they were just so far out of position that they felt like they had to take it. But in all likelihood, this is going to be a fair catch anyways. A punt from the, 45.5-yard line. The likelihood that this is a fair catch or goes over his head is about 85–90%.
Will Hart stands at his own 30. Riley Lee's the deep man for Northwestern. Hart boots it away. And that one over the head of Lee's, and it trickles into the end zone for a touchback with 49 seconds to go. No timeouts now for the Wildcats.
Well, that presents you with very little options as an offense. Basically, as a coordinator, I would call one play, whether it's a screen or some sort of safe type of concept that has the potential to get a big gain. You call that, and if it pops, even a handoff, some sort of little sweep or something, if it pops, now you're in business and you go run up to the line of scrimmage, you try to get that ball killed, or you're trying to get into field goal range. But what you're trying also not to do is force the ball down the field and create a turnover situation. Remember, last game against Akron, Northwestern on offense, they turned the ball over 3 times. It went for 6 the other way.
So a first down at the 20-yard line for Northwestern. Thorson over the middle, and it's caught. Jockey Bowman. And he'll gain 6. 2nd and 4.
Now you wonder if you would even snap it again. It's not like Michigan can stop the clock. They clearly are just wanting to get into the locker room, and that's what they'll do.
Northwestern hasn't beaten Michigan since 2008. The Wildcats will receive the football to start the second half. as they head into the locker room with a halftime lead over the 14th ranked Wolverines. Let's go downstairs to Jenny Taft.
Well, Coach, you told us yesterday to not underestimate your team. How would you evaluate this first half?
We had a bunch of really good things happen, but we made some self-inflicted wounds by not sinking on some routes, giving up the reverse. You know, all in all, it's a good start.
Michigan may have come out a bit slow there. You have to assume they're changing how they come out in the second. How do you respond? How do you keep this momentum?
So are we. Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
Appreciate it.
All right, Jenny, thank you very much. It's halftime here in Evanston. 17-7, Northwestern leads Michigan. Penalties for 65 yards.
If they don't clean up the penalty issue, then they're likely going to end up losing this game because they're not a team that plays with a huge margin. I know that they've beaten the teams, their last 3 opponents, and they've just kind of throttled them, but Northwestern is not that style of opponent, so they've got to clean up their game in terms of the penalties in order to win.
Wildcats get the football to start the second half. Let's check in with Jenny Taft.
Well, guys, we were talking about that slower start for Michigan in the first half, and that is what I asked Coach Harbaugh about. He wasn't ready to throw his guys under the bus that quickly. He said this is the time where we rise up. We need to fight, and I'm confident our guys can do that. 2 injury notes for Michigan. Receiver Donovan Peoples-Jones had left a couple minutes before that half. He was dealing with some kind of lower body. He seemed to be feeling some pain in that hip flexor, but Coach Harbaugh optimistic that he will return, and Northwestern's Nate Hall is out for the game.
All right, thank you very much, Jenny. First down and 10 at the 25 for the Wildcats. Clayton Thorson hands it off on first down with some running room for John Moten. He'll pick up 3. Thorson in that first half, 10 of 14, 109 yards.
He was in great rhythm, and part of that was the tempo that they used. They got right up to the line of scrimmage. They were trying to get Michigan lined up, and then they got on the edges. We'll see if they go back to that game plan here early in the third quarter.
Second down and 7 at the 28. Thorson, empty backfield, underneath on a slant route. Caught. Nagel still on the move as he breaks a tackle and gains 14 yards.
Metellus back from that injury. Remember, he left the game earlier. He was in there, number 14. And as well as their Viper is back now, Kalik Hudson. Haven't talked about him because he was out in the first half due to a targeting in last week's ball game. So they've got Kalik Hudson back on the field.
First down, Thorson just falls down. Looks like it may have been a busted play. Carlo Kemp close to the football.
There is Kalik Hudson, the Viper back, same position that Jabril Peppers played. So important to this defense, and he is a big play guy, and you don't normally hear that when you talk about defenders. But at 6 foot, 220 pounds, he's explosive, and he creates negative plays for the offense. So we'll see if he can bring some life and energy to this Wolverine defense.
Second down and 12. Moten with room, and once again, Moten picks up a big one. That's 9 yards as Kendall finally stops him.
What a great second and long play to get into a more manageable situation where they've got play action at their disposal. If they want to run it, they can. They can do anything they want here in the third and manageable situation.
Wildcats need 3 yards on 3rd and 3 at the 49. Can Michigan get off the field? Thorson in trouble. Winovich again. I tell you what, Chase Winovich, his coaches say that he'll outwill you, tough you, and now his technique is better. Perfect example on this play.
You know, it's pretty easy, though, when you're unblocked. Chase Winovich is an All-American caliber player, and that's a total missed assignment up front for Northwestern. Cam Green, the tight end, and Rashawn Slater left number 15, totally unblocked, and he takes advantage.
Winovich and Nagurski and Bednarik. Watch list candidate. Peoples-Jones catches the line drive and just falls down at the 26. So Michigan will come onto the field for the first time in the second half, trailing 17-7. Shea Patterson, 7 of 12 in that first half, 65 yards. Higdon, 9 carries, 65 yards. You would think that Coach Harbaugh would want to really give it to Higdon and let him get a rhythm.
I thought the second quarter, that's the game plan that they used and was most effective. It allowed Patterson to get most comfortable and in rhythm was the first down runs to Higdon, giving them second and short, getting the rhythm of their offense established so they could get to play action later.
First down at the 26. Patterson, Higdon. As he jitterbugs through the hole, lowers his shoulder, powering forward. Patty Fisher with the tackle for Northwestern.
Higdon is, I think he's quietly powerful. He's not a big back, but he always runs physical. And to that extent, it's always at the last point of contact. He lowers his shoulder, gets behind his pads, delivers a blow.
10 carries, 71 yards for Higdon. 2nd and 3. Again, Higdon. Oh! And he ran into a brick wall by the name of Patty Fisher, sophomore from Katy, Texas.
The freshman All-American last year comes up huge. Patty Fisher is a heck of a ball player. This guy has a bright future ahead of him. But here's another one of these situations. Now this one is much more manageable. Remember, the last time they were in this tight third down scenario, they gave the ball to Ben Mason, the fullback, number 42.
3rd down and 1. Mason, Higdon in the I formation. And a first down for Michigan. Ben Mason gains 3 yards.
Jim Harbaugh absolutely loves that play in the short yardage because there's not a lot that can go wrong. It's called wedge blocking up front. Very little rules for the offensive lineman. Basically foot to foot, shoulder to shoulder, and it's I'm going to get movement and you aren't type of a play, and they're able to convert on a 3rd down.
First down at the 38. Opening series for the Wolverines here in the second half. Patterson with time, delivers. Incomplete. That one thrown short. Intended for Eubanks. 2nd and 10.
Patterson looked like he was expecting Eubanks to settle down in the route. You're going to get zone defense from Northwestern. When you get zone, you got to settle in those zones. See, watch how Eubanks just kind of drifts and drifts like he's drifting into a defender. Patterson was expecting him to stop, give him his chest, and get the first down there. So I think Eubanks probably a missed assignment on that route.
2nd and 10 at the 38. McCune in motion. Higdon breaks it back. Crosses the 40, gets up to the 42. Blake Gallagher for Northwestern with the tackle. So that makes it 3rd down and 6 at the 42.
And 3rd down has been really all about Gaziano for Northwestern, number 97. He's the best pass rusher that they have. We'll see if he can get a good pass rush here and get the ball out of Patterson's hands.
Michigan 2 of 7 on 3rd down conversions. Shea Patterson to throw it. In trouble. Patterson. Oh, a burst of speed, and the quarterback picks up the first down on 3rd and 6. Shea Patterson gains 12. Jared McGee with the stop.
He's looking over to his left. There's no one there. Great coverage by Northwestern, and right here the decision to go, and he creates a lane and is able to get the first down. Excellent run from Shea Patterson.
First down and 10 of the 46. Play fake, deep drop. Patterson fires down the field and caught at the 10. Great throw. Nico Collins with the catch. That's a gain of 36.
The reason he was able to hold the ball so long, great protection, and it allowed Nico Collins to run a kind of a double move. He's going to go out, and then he's going to come across. Watch this. Out. Now he comes across, and that's the time that Patterson needed to get the ball down the field to the big wide receiver.
First and goal at the 10-yard line for the Wolverines. And this time it's True Wilson.
Wilson, the ball carrier.
6-yard gain. Different looking Michigan team to start this second half.
There's some urgency, but remember, go back to the start of this series. What did they do to establish the rhythm? They got Karan Higdon the ball on first down, established that rhythm. Now the play action pass started opening up. It all started with number 22.
2nd and goal of the 4. Let's see if they give it to Higdon. They do. Higdon caught in the backfield, and he'll be lucky if he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Ben Oxley.
Watch Goins as well, number 83. He's the one that creates this negative yard situation. The tight end's going to be trying to come across and block me. He just eats it up in the backfield.
Third down, goal at the 5. Patterson looking in the end zone. Incomplete. Grant Perry, that one thrown a little too long, and Michigan will settle for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, that's the decision making on what type of pass you want to throw. He was in between dropping it in the back into the end zone and driving it. I thought he needed to put a little bit more air on that, probably throw it a beat sooner and let Grant Perry just go to the corner, and that's why Patterson's so disappointed. He knew it. He chose the wrong type of throw there for a short yardage situation.
Quinn Nordine in to attempt a 23-yarder. He's 4 or 5 this season and has made 3 in a row. Make it 4 in a row. Possessions. But since then, they haven't scored in 4 possessions. They take over at their own 25. Underneath, ball is caught for a nice game for Northwestern. Has been solid. He'll hand it off. Fulton, and he picks up a first down. Winovich again with the tackle.
You think about the way that this offense has played and been effective for the most part, because they've done it without their best player, Jeremy Larkin. You go back to, the beginning of this week, their best player medically retired from the sport due to cervical stenosis, and they're playing this well. It's remarkable.
First down at the 37. Thorson to the sideline. Incomplete. He had his man, Gaziano Bowman, but threw it a little too long.
Yeah, Watson had great coverage there, number 28. I know he was on the outside. He forced him into the inside, and then he was right there as Gaziano Bowman was reaching for that pass. And that's really one of the first passes that we've seen Thorson throw that's been just a touch inaccurate. He's been so good today from the pocket.
12 of 17, 131 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. 2nd and 10. Delayed handoff. Fall turns it up and is tracked down at the 40. Lawrence Marshall.
And Marshall's going to get the tackle, but Winovich again in the backfield, causing Volt to cut before he wanted to, and Marshall was able to clean it up. Winovich has been all over the field again tonight. 8 tackles, 3 of them for a loss and a sack, but this is not good.
In the building, we got to get you a hairstyle like that, Joel.
Mine would look like Kid Rock, just straight, you know.
3rd down and 7 at the 40. Thorson in trouble again, and he goes down. This time, it's Michael Dwumfor with the sack. And Michigan putting a lot of pressure on the Wildcats offense
and
now.
This is just mano-a-mano here as Dwumfor is able to get upfield and get to the quarterback. A couple of Wolverines had a shot. Dwumfor is able to get there, the junior from Wayne, New Jersey. 285 pounds, but some explosiveness there off the snap. He beats J.B. Butler, the guard.
Jake Collins has to punt. 3rd sack by the Wolverines in this game.
This is going to be an offside that caused the false start. At least that's the way it appeared to me. Won't give him a first down here, obviously.
Offside. Defense number 7. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Penalties continuing to plague this Michigan team.
Yeah, they're lucky. You know, Northwestern does this. I watched all their special team snaps from the last couple of days. Northwestern does this every time they punt, kick a field goal. They have a little bit of like a hard cadence. So Michigan should have been prepared for that.
Collins, Donovan Peoples-Jones, the deep man, fields it on the run at the 30-yard line. Does a nice job as he gets to the 37. Jared McGee with the tackle on special teams. Back in 30 seconds.
Got 107 wins right now, but hey, that American League, the Yankees are knocking on the door for 100 wins. Might have got one today, actually, because the Bombers beat the Sox right before our game.
First down for Michigan. Higdon getting downhill, gets to the 44-yard line. Miller with the tackle for Northwestern.
Just to finish up that thought, I don't think 3 teams from the same league as Rashawn Gary goes to the locker room here. It's ever had 100 wins, and Houston obviously 100, Boston, and maybe New York. But that's a big loss for Michigan, losing Rashawn Gary. So we'll see what they're able to do on their next defensive series. But the offense has all been kick-started by Karan Higdon, and that's led to their success throwing the football. We'll see if they can get back to that here.
Second down and 4 at the 44. Higdon close to a first down. Karan Higdon stopped by Gaziano. Higdon returned to Michigan this year after considering entering the NFL draft. He sat out the SMU game with an injury, but returned with a vengeance against Nebraska. 136 yards rushing, including a 44-yard touchdown in the first quarter. 15 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown. He's averaging 5.7 yards per carry. 3rd and 1.
Do they go to the fullback again in this situation?
Oh, they go to Higdon, and he picks up the first down.
Great block by Ben Mason, 42, the fullback. He's the one that was able to get Higdon. Watch as he's going to head over to the right side and then meet the linebacker right there, and he gets the best of Patty Fisher and allows Higdon to fall forward for the first down.
Right now, Michigan getting back to Bo Schembechler football, running it and defending the run. 1st and 10 at the 49. Play fake. Patterson scrambling. Patterson, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage, luckily. Blake Gallagher finally brings him down, but a lot of pressure. Montre Hardage.
He's the corner on this side, 24, and he had great coverage down the field. Patterson had nowhere to go with that ball. Did the best he could just to get back to the original line of scrimmage, which he was able to do.
2nd and 10 at the Michigan 49. Higdon again, and Higdon chopped down as he crosses midfield by Gallagher.
Well, Gallagher saved a big play there.
He looks like he's close to popping one.
Yeah, that one was very close. There was nobody left, and Gallagher just tripped up Higdon. But what a great tackle, because it preserves this longer yardage situation on 3rd down. Michigan has not been good in this situation because they have not been very sharp when they've just dropped back and thrown the ball. Patterson needs to be accurate here. He struggled with that so far today.
3rd and 6. They're 4 of 10 on 3rd down conversions. Northwestern bunching up the line of scrimmage. Patterson again out of the pocket, on the move, caught this time, and it looks like a first down. Zach Gentry with an 11-yard gain on 3rd and 6.
And Gentry did a fantastic job. He's the receiver in the slot. Watch how Gentry is going to get up the field, and at the end of the route, there's nothing going. Patterson breaks the pocket. See him come back, though. Gives his quarterback a chance to make a conversion, coming back to him on the sideline, and then he's able to stay inbounds, secure that ball before going out for a nice conversion.
Zach Gentry came to Michigan as a 4-star rated quarterback. 1st and 10 at the 36. Patterson delivers and caught at the 10-yard line. Nick Eubanks ran the right route that time.
He absolutely did, but there was a couple of Wolverines there. Eubanks actually got a great throw from Patterson because he brought him to that back shoulder. Look how close that is to being tipped. It was great coverage, and Eubanks got to turn back to his left shoulder without the NCAA taking away a year of eligibility from him.
Wow. 1st down and 10 at the 12 now for the Wolverines. Higdon, the lone setback. Here's Higdon, and Higdon caught by the Joe Gaziano again. kid's a heck of a ball player.
I tell you what, man, this guy is all over the field, and he's just going to come unblocked. Remember, Winovich came unblocked? I mean, how do you leave Gaziano unblocked? Just a mistake there. They're trying to pull the opposite guard, Michael Owenu, over to block Gaziano, but he's just late. He can't get there because of the speed of 97.
2nd and 13 at the 15 for the Wolverines. Higdon motions out of the backfield. Sets as the receiver. Shea Patterson guns it, sideline. Peoples-Jones, and he's knocked out of bounds inside the 10 by Gaziano.
Boy, that was a huge play because it sets up such a better situation for Michigan. Northwestern's trying to get away with zone, but now here on a 3rd down, remember they went to the corner last time. They tried to throw the corner to the slot receiver. He overthrew him. Patterson's got to be accurate here on 3rd down.
3rd down and 4 at the 6. Grant Perry in motion. Patterson delivers it, incomplete, almost intercepted. Wow, J.R. Pace, that one hit him right between the 1 and the 3. With 4 seconds to go in the quarter.
Patterson had a shot at the slot receiver. That was not going to number 9 Peoples-Jones. He was trying to go for Nico Collins, who was on a little bit of a slant route. Pat Fitzgerald loves it, but Nico Collins kind of short-armed it because the safety was sitting right there getting ready to hit him.
Quinn Nordine from 24 yards out. And good. End of the 3rd quarter. 17-13. We've got a 4th quarter that you don't want to miss coming up. 13 points. 17-13. Our score as we start the 4th. Wolverines send it away. And it's a touchback.
Well, early in this game, Northwestern was playing so well offensively. 25 plays, 145 yards, 17 points. But since then, Michigan's defense has really held them in check. 22 plays, only 55 yards. Very similar to the Notre Dame game when all of a sudden, you know, Michigan in the 2nd half, they started playing real well.
What's the adjustment that this defense for Michigan has made?
I think they've just tackled better. You know, they've flown to the football. They've gotten pressure. Their dudes are just playing more like dudes.
1st down and 10 at the 25. Thorson rolls out of the pocket, throws on the move, and it's caught at the sideline. Flynn Nagel looks like he's close to a 1st down.
Their schematics, Michigan, don't change much. Don Brown, their defensive coordinator, talks a lot about you got to stand for something. They're going to have an extra hat in the run box. They're going to play man coverage. That's what they do. They just expect their players to make plays.
9-yard gain, 2nd and 1 at the 34. Moten. 1st down.
And Rashawn Gary back on the field. He had left the game and now he is back in the game, but he is favoring that right arm, and it looks like he's got a shoulder brace on that right arm, definitely favoring it right now.
1st and 10 at the 36 for Northwestern. Thorson delivers again, incomplete this time. Cameron Green, the intended receiver. Devin Bush defensively for the Wolverines.
That's a tough matchup for Northwestern because Devin Bush is one of the fastest linebackers in the country. This guy plays side to side as well as anybody out there. So trying to have Cameron Green create space, that's not a matchup that Northwestern's going to win on a play in and play out basis.
Bush projected as a top 20 NFL draft pick. 2nd and 10 at the 36. Thorson to throw it over the middle and incomplete. Woo! Some hard hitting going on. This time it's Josh Ross as he levels Cameron Green.
What are they serving? Barbecue, and you didn't invite me.
Don't hurt my feelings.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is what they want, right? These 3rd and long situations. Get these pass rushers on the edge with the ability to win. Chase Winovich is going to be the bottom of your screen.
3rd down and 10 at the 36. Thorson out of the shotgun. Thorson delivers underneath and incomplete. Looks like it could have been a hold. Skoranek, the intended receiver. I thought David Long grabbed him from behind, but no call.
I thought the same exact thing. Watch 22, David Long, as he's going to work against the slant, and he's got, see that right hand? He's all over the back of the jersey. In fact, pulls it over his pad. Absolutely should have been a flag, and Michigan got away with one there. Way too much contact. Certainly affected the wide receiver's ability to catch that ball. Candidly, can't believe that there's not a flag on the field.
So Jake Collins will punt it away. He stands at the 22. Donovan Peoples-Jones. Remember, he had a punt return for a touchdown of 60 yards last week against Nebraska. Here he goes from the 24. Donovan Peoples-Jones, burst of speed, and he's upended at the 35. Dives forward to the 37. Blake Gallagher with the tackle on special teams. Northwestern leading, but you can feel the momentum starting to shift into the direction. 1st down for Shea Patterson, the Ole Miss transfer. At the 37. Patterson gives it to Higdon, and Higdon gobbled up quickly. Hardage, who's had a solid game for Northwestern with the tackle.
42 career games for Montre Hardage. He's been a mainstay for them. 9 interceptions in his career. He had 5 of them a couple of years ago in 2016. Just a 3-star recruit, but he's had a heck of a career, and he needs to play well here late in this ball game as Patterson's trying to lead the comeback.
2nd down and 8 at the 39. And Patterson runs it. He's got a 1st down. Patterson, quick feet out of bounds at the 40. But a flag on the play. Wow. Self-inflicted wounds. If this goes against Michigan, it will negate a 21-yard gain.
Looks like it's in the spot of some sort of formation issue.
Holding. Offense number 22. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
That's Higdon. 8 penalties, 80 yards against the Wolverines.
Wait. He was the one that got the fake. They called the penalty on Karan Higdon. This has to be a mistake. Higdon gets the ball, and he actually gets tackled right here and thrown down to the ground. How in the world is that holding on Karan Higdon? There's nobody else out there. What in the world is that penalty? That is a penalty from Mars. You've got to be kidding me. Unbelievable.
2nd and 18 at the 29. Patterson, far side. Collins with the catch. Tries to squeeze through the hole and gets to the 35.
I mean, you can call that self-inflicted wounds. That's just a that's a ghost-inflicted wound right there. And now look, I mean, look at the situation. Just a phantom penalty puts Michigan in now 3rd and long. And this has not been something that they've been very good at today. 5 of 12 so far on 3rd down conversions, but their conversions have been in that short yardage situation. Very little success right now in just dropping back from the pocket.
Shea Patterson's got to make a play. 3rd and 11. Patterson. Over the middle. And incomplete. That ball thrown high for Collins. And the Wolverines will punt it away.
Yeah, Patterson jumped at that throw. That's kind of that technique, or he's scooting up in the pocket. He's getting way too. Watch as Patterson drops back, and he's kind of almost like shuffling, but the shuffle is too quick, and then he kind of jumps all the way up in the throw, and it's too high. You know, you've got to calm yourself down in the pocket and deliver that ball, kind of layer it over the linebackers into that soft spot in the zone, and get it down on the frame of the wide receiver.
Will Hart punting for the 5th time in this game from the 21. Riley Lee's back deep. Another flag on the play. Hart booms this one. Lee's to the 10. Trying to get outside. Bottled up. And Lee's finally taken down at the 13. A 53-yard punt, a 3-yard return. Jake McCurry with the tackle on special teams.
I think that they're calling this potentially on Ambry Thomas. They had a little bit of motion with the punt, and I know that's interesting, but they try to get that wide receiver.
Illegal formation. Offense, 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 4th down.
I think right here, Ambry Thomas needs to be on the line of scrimmage, and the fact that he went in motion means that he was behind the line of scrimmage, and that's what drew the flag.
The numbers continue to rack up for Coach Harbaugh's team. 9 penalties, 85 yards.
I'll tell you, that holding call just changes the entire complexion. Michigan, the last 2 series, had been on 2 11-play drives, had not really been stopped until they got inside the 10-yard line, and that was going to set them up with quality field position and a first down after that excellent fake from Shea Patterson. I have never in my life, my football life, seen a holding call against the running back that got the fake.
Will Hart from the 16. And he drives this one again. Lees will start inside the 15. And Lees gets to the 30. First down and 10 at the 28 for Thorson. Hands it off. Moten. He'll drive forward into the hands of Kwity Paye.
This offense has had no success since their last scoring drive early in the second quarter. In fact, in their last 5 series, they haven't even gained over 20 yards on any one of those series. So this Michigan defense is doing their part, trying to orchestrate this comeback. And this is tough sledding for Northwestern. This is when the quarterback has got to make something happen, make a throw.
2nd and 7. Underneath, incomplete. Skoranek had to dig that one out, couldn't do it. And so all of a sudden, it's a 3rd and 7. Big play coming up here for both teams.
Huge play. Had his wide receiver open. Thorson inaccurate with that ball. And he just has not been in rhythm. Wouldn't surprise me at all if Michigan just sits back, allows that pressure from the front 7 to affect Thorson and plays this tight man coverage that they're known for. It's exactly what they're in right now.
3rd down and 7. Thorson steps up. Thorson, and he's sacked. Great pressure by Michigan. Joshua Ochai with the 4th sack of the game for the Wolverines.
And it starts with the coverage. On the quarterback's left, nowhere to go with the ball. The quarterback's right, nowhere to go with the ball. And by the time he pulls it down and tries to run, the rush has converged, and they're able to get him down to the ground. Excellent series there for Michigan. Give their offense the football right back.
Jay Collins from the 16. Peoples-Jones. The dangerous one back deep. And he signals for the fair catch and has it at the 33. Affair, 17-13. Northwestern. Patterson goes through his progressions, drops it off. Wangler fighting for extra yards. Jared Wangler, the redshirt senior from De La Salle in Royal Oak, Michigan, gains 9.
I think it's Harbaugh's favorite thing in the world is to get the ball to the fullback, right? Any fullback. Starting fullback, backup fullback. There's no doubt about that. But this Michigan team, they've had to earn every single inch tonight against this Northwestern defense. They have had some success the last 3 drives, but only have 6 points to account for those drives. Got to punch it into the end zone to complete this comeback.
2nd down and 1 at the 42. Higdon, 1st down.
And this really is the hallmark of what Northwestern tries to do defensively. This is the exact blueprint, is make it difficult on their opponent. Make them snap it 11, 12, 13 times a series in order to score, because Pat Fitzgerald will tell you, we think that you can't do that. You're not going to execute that many times in a row in order to score. So it doesn't matter how many yards you gain. We're going to hold you to a kick, whether that's a punt or a field goal opportunity. That's our goal, and they've done that beautifully tonight.
1st and 10 at the 45. Higdon. Ooh, nice tackle. Not much there is Jared McGee. I think this secondary for Northwestern, they've been excellent tonight.
And they're so aggressive. Watch McGee. He's coming all the way from his safety position, but right at the snap, he's all the way downhill, getting into the backfield and stopping Higdon. That's a tough read for the quarterback, who's on a little bit of a zone read there, RPO style of play, and he's not reading the safety. And so that's an easy play for Jared McGee.
2nd down and 9 at the 46. Empty backfield for Patterson. Remember, he's got quick feet. Here's Patterson. Delivers. Oh, nice throw. Great catch. 1st down. Wolverines. Zach Gentry. A 13-yard gain.
Terrific route by Gentry, who was basically kind of triple covered, but the throw was terrific as well. Patterson, like he didn't do on the previous series. Remember, he rushed through that drop and he kind of jumped at the throw and it was overthrown. That time he settled in, allowed the feet to take him there balanced, and then he threw a beautiful pass on the sideline.
Gentry, a big boy, 6'8", 262. 1st and 10 at the 41. Higdon. A yard, maybe. Alex Miller, first man to him.
Remember, we have seen virtually no conversions on 3rd and long. So that's where these downs, 2nd and 9, becomes so important. Getting at least half of this back, dialing something up that's going to get 4 or 5 yards. It's a crucial situation because of that 3rd down looming.
2nd down and 9 at the 40. True Wilson in at running back for the Wolverines. Patterson dances out of the pocket. Patterson and scampers out of bounds in front of Blake Gallagher. A 3-yard pickup.
That's a great decision by Patterson, because he didn't force it down the field into an incompletion, which would have created 3rd and 9. Now you've got 3rd and 6, and everything's at your disposal. They still can play action if they want. They can still try to get Patterson outside of the pocket.
Big play here, 3rd and 6 at the 37.
Coverage has been great tonight on the outside by the defensive backs for Northwestern.
Patterson in trouble, breaks it back. 1st down, Wolverines. Shea Patterson doing a nice job of improvising. On 3rd and 6, he gets 9.
So he's going to try to look over to his right, but there's nothing there. He's looking for Gentry. He doesn't get any space, and he gets flushed out of the pocket right away. And then it's just pure athleticism and vision, finding the seam and then making the conversion, getting a 1st down. Excellent play from Shea Patterson.
1st down at the 28. Higdon, nothing. Running into a wall. Goins.
I mean, they're in these situations. It's just like every single snap, Pat Fitzgerald's team is putting pressure on Michigan to try to get back on schedule. Another obvious down situation here. Be very interested to see what Michigan dials up. What we haven't seen is one of the screen passes. Michigan generally is a pretty good screen team. They like those tunnel screens on the outside. 3 receivers to the top of your screen, 2 down to the bottom, nobody in the backfield.
2nd and 9. Patterson uncorks over the middle, caught at the 5-yard line. Zach Gentry again. A 21-yard gain, no flags.
And Montre Hardage thought he was going to bat that ball down. He broke on it beautifully, the corner for Northwestern, but was just a hair late. You talk about a game of inches. And Gentry pulls it in, and they got 1st and goal. Wow. I mean, it really was a great break by Hardage, but the ball was just thrown with too much velocity, and Gentry hauled it in.
But can Michigan pay it off with a touchdown? 1st and goal at the 6. Higdon crosses the line of scrimmage, gains a yard.
Boy, it's been 3 out of the last 4 series have been in this situation. Inside the 10, Northwestern has forced 2 field goals out of those situations, and Michigan's had no success. At this point, as a play caller, you're looking at your sheet just wondering, what in the world am I going to call? And now they're going to come out with a brand new formation. 4 receivers, Gus, top of your screen.
11th play of the drive that started at the 33. 2nd and goal at the 5. Patterson to Higdon. Touchdown, Michigan. And that's the first lead for the Wolverines. 4:06 to go.
Only 3 players on that side, and a mistake by the linebacker. He goes way far to the left, and that formation, what it did is it spread out Northwestern defensively. They got out of the phone booth. They cracked back with the tight end. They're able to get in the end zone.
Extra point for Nordine is good.
Chance to answer.
And this one kicked deep into the end zone for a touchback. Northwestern has just 37 yards of offense in the second half.
It's my team. You're going to sit for the first series. And Kyler said, okay, now it's my team. I'm going to throw for 400. Wow.
1st and 10 at the 25, though, for Northwestern. Trailing 20-17. Thorson in trouble. Throws on the move. Knocked away at the last moment. Well defended by Brandon Watson.
I'll tell you what, this Northwestern team has had no success. Their last 7 possessions, they've gotten absolutely nothing out of it. Haven't even driven the ball 20 yards on any of those possessions. And they've gotten away from being versatile. No longer those RPOs and screen passes on the outside. It's just been all drop back, and they have not had any success. Thorson's missed his last 5.
2nd down and 10. Thorson lobs one up the sideline. And incomplete.
Low percentage, low percentage. Early in this game, Gus, everything was high percentage. They were attacking the Michigan defense on the edge with the running game, with the screen passes, with the RPOs over the middle of the slot receivers, and we have not seen that of late. Clayton Thorson started this game 7 of 7. Now he's 13 of 24 for only 140 yards. And this is the situation where Michigan loves to dial up the pressure, get to the quarterback with that front 4.
3rd down and 10 of the 25. Thorson out of the gun. Thorson scrambling. Thorson looks backside and sacked again. 5th sack of the game for the Wolverines. This time it's Kwity Paye.
I mean, this guy's just been a monster up front. Kwity Paye, he gets through the line. Now he's chasing Thorson. It breaks down. Now the speed from that defensive front 4. You got all of them in there, and they do a great job. Michael Dwumfor, number 50, flushes Thorson out of the pocket. Kwity Paye is able to pay it off.
Jake Collins punting inside his own 5. Peoples-Jones from the 40. Peoples-Jones still running. Flag on the play as he's dropped at the 40-yard line. A 45-yard punt and a 20-yard return.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 16. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down, Michigan.
I don't know if he got a huge piece of him, but the problem was is it looked awful like a block in the back. And here you're going to see, watch now, here's 16 here. He's going to come in and watch how he's going to kind of look like he's going to block in the back. He may have pulled up and thrown those hands up, but boy, it looks like a penalty. And in real time, I can absolutely see why the flag would come out. And Kelly Powell makes it a little bit more difficult for this offense. But this offense, Gus, this is what's difficult. when you're coming back, you've got to come back. You've got to chips in the middle of the table. We're taking chances. Now you have to run it. They know you have to run it. You got to bleed the clock. Can you do it? It's championship offensive drive time.
First down, Higdon. Didn't do a good job there, but Northwestern's defense did as Higdon gets back to the line of scrimmage. Chris Bergen with the tackle.
Now Northwestern's going to start taking their timeouts.
So the Wildcats use their first timeout of the second half. Let's go to Greg Wolf for a game break. To 17 our score here. Michigan trying to improve to 2-0 in the Big Ten. Northwestern looking for their second Big Ten win as well. They beat Purdue.
I was thinking to myself, do you let Patterson throw it here? I mean, the defense is playing so well. The argument would be that no, even if you have to punt, what you want to do is force Northwestern to at least drive the length of the field. Now Michigan's going to take a timeout and discuss things, but Northwestern is completely sold out right now to stop the run. Every defender they have is either in bump coverage on the outside of a wide receiver or inside the box trying to stop the run. So, I mean, if you've got a lot of courage, what you do is you call a hard play action, and you get one of those tight end safety matchups where the safety is also in the run box, and you get him to bite and you try to get over the top or at least get your tight end open. The problem with that is this defense has not allowed Northwestern to do a thing. You could just hand this ball off, punt it away, and your defense could probably take care of it. We'll see which direction Michigan tries to go.
Second down and 9. Higdon runs it. And he'll pick up a couple. Late Gallagher again. And another timeout has been called by Northwestern. They have one timeout remaining with 2:55 to go in the fourth, down by 3.
To save their offense as much time as they possibly can. And what Michigan has done to combat what Northwestern is trying to do on defense is they're getting big to pass it and small and spread out to run it. That's how they finally got into the end zone on the last possession inside the 10-yard line. In order to run the football, what they're doing is they're sending a lot of wide receivers out, mainly like 3-4 wide receivers to one side, and that forces that defense to try to expand, and you've got to adjust to that set, and then they try to run the football. I think if they come out with a couple of tight ends, that's when you might see a play action. But boy, that would be an awfully gutsy call from Jim Harbaugh.
3rd and 6 at the 38. And here you go. You see the bunch formation at the top of your screen. 4 receivers. Michigan spreads out the Wildcats. Mason. Higdon. No, it's Patterson on the fake and a first down for the Wolverines. A 9-yard gain on 3rd and 6.
It was the same exact action that you saw for the touchdown. You're trying to get that tight end blocked across, and then everyone's selling out for the running back, and now it's just Patterson one-on-one with Montre Hardage, and he gives him a little outside juke, and then he goes right there. See how he goes inside to the left, and he's able to get that first down. Wow, what a play there from Patterson. You bet. He's played terrific here in this fourth quarter.
First down for the Wolverines. 2:20 to go. Now they'll run it with Higdon. Shea Patterson, he was granted immediate eligibility by the NCAA to play at Michigan after transferring from Ole Miss in January. Patterson started the first 7 games at Ole Miss last year before being lost for the season with the torn right PCL at LSU.
Yeah, such an interesting situation. In April, the NCAA approved a modification to that transfer rule and the waiver exception, and basically they stated that you got to have documented mitigating circumstances that are outside of the player's control, and that's the way that they applied for it, and they were able to do that and get it and get the waiver. Michigan felt confident the entire time that Patterson was going to be eligible for this season, and clearly that has turned their season into something a little bit more promising than what we saw last year when they struggled so mightily at the quarterback position.
Northwestern now out of timeouts. 2nd down and 10 at the 46. Wolverines trying to ice this game. Higdon breaking free. Crosses midfield, gets inside Northwestern territory, and the clock continues to run.
Let's take a look at our Buick expectation-shattering drive of the game. I got to tell you, it was first a great throw to Gentry on the sidelines, this last series for Michigan. Then the huge third down conversion with the feet of Shea Patterson. That was the great seam route down the middle, again to Gentry, and then they paid it off with a great touchdown from Karan Higdon. And Shea Patterson, tell you what, he's pumped up. Under Jim Harbaugh, this team has never come back from a 17-point deficit, and they've been able to do that tonight.
Jim Harbaugh telling our Jenny Taft at halftime when they were down, no, this is not a problem for us because we have to show our fortitude. And with 1 minute and 31 seconds remaining, Michigan on top 20-17, showing their fortitude on the road here at Northwestern. And the road has not been a great place for Harbaugh coach teams in Ann Arbor.
No, you're exactly right. And they have had a lot of success, but they have not been great on the road. It started with that loss to Notre Dame. And they're going to have a couple of more tests on the road against really good opponents later this season as they travel to East Lansing against Michigan State. And obviously they'll finish things off in the shoe against Ohio State on the road. They haven't won a road game against a ranked opponent in 17 tries, but here you go. This is the game for Michigan on a third down.
Third down and 5. Higdon breaks it back, looking for the first down, and he will not get it. Looks like he's short by a half yard. Wyatt with the tackle. Clock continues to move. What do you do here, partner?
I would punt it. That defense has been so good. The last thing you want to do is create momentum and create a short field for Northwestern. I understand the bravado of saying, hey, we can get it, we're Michigan, but it's been 11 straight series.
I don't know. Coach Harbaugh has not sent the punt team onto the field as of yet.
He's got a timeout, so he's going to let this clock dwindle down, take a timeout, then they'll decide after that.
Now he calls a timeout on 4th and 1.
Michigan, this is their third and final charge timeout.
I would get into an offensive formation and let Shea Patterson pooch it. Yep, that's what you do then is you avoid.
Do quarterbacks practice that all the time?
We did, and most practices I see, there's at least 1 or 2, whether it's at the beginning of the practice when they're just kind of fooling around in special teams. But yes, the answer is yes. And I would fully expect a Jim Harbaugh team to be able to do that. But Gus, what that does, the strategy behind that is what you're avoiding the returner deep. So you're avoiding the possibility of a return. So Harbaugh is going to be talking with Patterson now, and they might be doing that. And they also might be talking about no play called, using a hard cadence to try to get Northwestern to jump.
I don't know. I think a Jim Harbaugh team may just really believe that they can get a yard on 4th down. Let's see. Here's that bunch formation you were talking about.
Oh, they made a mistake. They had him off sides and didn't snap it. And they're just going to wind down here and take the delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Had him.
The mistake there is the center. Because the center's got to know if you go on a hard cadence, as soon as that defender is in the neutral zone, you snap it right away. Well, they're going to send the punt unit out, and Michigan fans, I don't have to remind you, this is not
Michigan State.
This is not a situation. I mean, all he's got to do is catch it and get it off. That's all he's got to do.
Will Hart. Sends it away. Caught at the 5-yard line. Lees. And he'll get out of bounds close to the 15 with 34 seconds to go. Northwestern down 20-17, no timeouts left.
You got to throw the kitchen sink now.
Charlie Kubander is their kicker. He's a sophomore from Springboro, Ohio. Where do they need to go, partner, to get in the field goal range, and how do they do it?
A long way. Coming into this game, his career long was 40 yards.
He's hit a 45-yarder in this one.
Didn't clear by much, so you got to get the ball all the way inside the 30, probably to about the 28-yard line.
First down at the 15. Thorson over the middle. Ball is caught. Skowronek gets out of bounds and stops the clock with 28 seconds to play in the fourth.
I'm surprised Michigan all of a sudden was sitting back in more of a soft zone rather than their tight man-to-man coverage. That man-to-man, it can give you big plays, and now they'll go back to it here. Corners bumped on the outside.
No timeout for Northwestern. Thorson winds up, fires, and it's caught. Should be about a 9-yard gain.
That would have been
for
better.
Nagel.
Would have been better if he would have batted it down. Now the clock's running.
And they'll spike it with 13 seconds remaining.
We get 9 yards on previous play. Thorson spikes the ball.
Well, now, in my estimation, you're thinking about where you need to get the ball so that Thorson can get it into the end zone. Need about 10 more yards to think that you've got a legit shot at a Hail Mary.
Thorson scrambling. Thorson, what a catch. Nagel, as he gets to midfield, clock still running. Well, actually, it stopped.
Thorson's pass is complete to Flynn Nagel. First and 10 Northwestern. Thorson spikes the ball.
Please reset the game clock to 6 seconds, and the clock will start on my ready. Officials were not in position for the play.
They better get
6
ready
seconds.
to snap it right now. And Pat Fitzgerald is telling them, because as soon as that official gets ready, they're going to start the game clock. You got to spike it.
Thorson spikes the ball.
4 seconds remaining. In regulation, 20-17.
On the 49-yard line.
And it looks like this will be the last play for Northwestern. Clayton Thorson has got to get it to the end zone, and he's sacked. Wow! Uche with his second sack of the game. 6 sacks for the Wolverines. And Michigan comes back after being down 17-0 to win on the road at Northwestern, 20-17.
Boy, what a gutsy performance by that defense, giving their offense all the chances in the world to come back. Here's the last play. Uche is on your left side, and he just absolutely beats the tackle. Speed rush, gets to the quarterback. Game over. Wolverines come back from 17 down for the first time in the Jim Harbaugh era.
Michigan makes it 4 in a row, a disappointing ending for Coach Fitzgerald. Wildcats have now lost 3 straight. Wolverines came out sluggish and undisciplined early in this one, righted their ship in the second half, and they go on to win it. Let's go downstairs to Jenny Taft.
All right, Chase, the defense again was the difference maker. Northwestern hadn't scored since 12:56 in that second quarter. How did you guys put together this performance tonight?
Honestly, we just did it for the boys. We all rallied, and we said something's got to be done. Somebody, somewhere along the line's got to step up. Going into this game, we knew either we're going to beat them by a lot, or this place was going to be a battle. And I said, we beat them by a lot. That's great. But if not, we were made for this. Like, we busted our butts trying to get to this point, and we weren't about to let anybody take that away from us. So we learned from our mistakes in Notre Dame, I think, and we're coming back every day, hungrier than ever, just trying to make it to the top.
This was the biggest comeback in the Harbaugh era for Michigan. You said we want to get to this point. What else do you want to see from this team going forward?
I mean, we don't have to make it so close. You know, we can just get ahead and stay ahead is my honest answer probably. But I just think we just got to keep getting after it. We can't wait till the second half to start pulling things together and learning. We got to be able to, you know, do that before the game or even after the first couple drives. So if we could do that, I think the sky's the limit for us. So I'm excited for us.
Enjoy this one. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, the final score here at Ryan Field, Michigan 20, Northwestern 17.